We have no idea why it won't start. What's going on, guys? We have finally made it home with the Supra. It was about a 4-hour road trip. We were able to assess the damage a little more. So first off, we've got small piece right here pulled off. We've got the bumpers a little hurt, but I think it may just be savable. The only problem really is this piece, but we may be able to plastic weld that back together. As you can tell, it's just a little broken off right there. But here is the grunt of the damage. It looks almost like the wheel came off by the way that the hub is like sheared off. Caliper broke off here, so pretty much gonna need a whole front suspension piece. And then coming back here, when the wheel came off, it looks like it completely grabbed and mangled this frame piece right here. We can't really tell because the fender and the frame kind of look like they're the same thing right now, but a little bit of damage here. Honestly, we'd be very lucky if we can get this PDR'd because this hood is not cheap. Worst case, we'll get that pulled out and fixed. Fender took pretty much most of that wheel damage when the wheel, I presume, fell off. And as you can tell here, this thing is just completely destroyed. Moving down to the door, this right here has got some damage there, but you know, we may be able to fix this, and it's got a whole crack down the side right there, but it's just one of those things that you don't anticipate, and now we got to repair. Moving down, we've got the side skirt is a little damage down there, but we'd be able to get something new like that. Mirror, got these nice carbon fiber caps right here, but looks like this one was hurt in the accident. Missing the mirror too, so gotta look for a new mirror. Moving on to the inside of the car, lots of airbags, guys. We've got the knee, the steering wheel, both curtain airbags. And let me tell you guys, because this is technically a BMW, it's got a BMW steering wheel with the Toyota logo, so basically we have to go to the dealership for this thing, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We actually already have those ordered, and we should have this interior put together. And then just noticed front windshield is cracked too, so that's another thing to add. Other than that, guys, this thing looks really good. It's got nice 19-inch wheels that we'll have to get. Carbon fiber logo back here. We have the same one on the front too. The F1 style brake light. And look at this, guys. We've got a whole Borla catback exhaust. Look at that carbon fiber. Looks like it just needs to be resprayed, but man, it looks good under there. That's always a good sign. Maybe we got some goodies under the hood, who knows, you know? But this side is completely perfect, thankfully. This is definitely the good side of the car. And we noticed here it's got the carbon fiber hood vents right there, so that's a nice touch. This wheel's perfectly fine. I think the damage isn't too bad, but definitely a little bit more than we anticipated. Good tires, always a plus. It seems like this was definitely something someone took care of, but just something unfortunate happened, and it's the cool thing about these builds. And we haven't gotten it started yet or anything, so stay tuned for that, or we should have it driving here soon. Now that we got the some of this plastic and metal taken off, we can really assess the damage under here, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad. We can't tell if this is bent or not just because of the way it's shaped, but we do have a replacement if we need to do that. Honestly, just have no idea how we're going to get to that in there. Other than that, the fender liner honestly saved us from a lot of the damage up here. Seems like our oil or trans cooler's fine, but it does look like the strut was completely bent out of place. We're gonna go see what we need to take off and try to get this thing started and off this trailer. There you have it, guys. Without a strut and everything that holds the wheel together, just a bare wheel well. We just got 3 control arms on this, and as you can see, a kind of a better look at this steering rack. The tie rod is pretty short on these, so this doesn't look like it's hurt, but this piece is here. We're kind of curious if we might try to take this boot off and see if there's a piece under here that we can replace this whole thing. If not, we're gonna have to replace this whole steering rack, which isn't fun because then you got to take this whole car up on a lift, and It's a nightmare, guys, especially on these BMWs. It's funny how many BMW logos are in this thing. You got even the canister for the brake line says BMW. The part that holds on this bracket, BMW. Both control arms, BMW. Even the strut, look over here. Look at that. A full BMW logo right there. This truly is a Z4 underneath, but we got the new spindle, and on further inspection, we found that this lower control arm looks like it's completely bent on this one. So luckily we have it on the new one, so we're just gonna take this off and replace it. This one does have the active suspension, which this one doesn't, but it looks like it's just a plastic piece that goes on and attaches to this. So we'll go ahead and get that ordered. Just plug it in whenever we get it. Alright guys, we got the suspension completely on now. Only thing missing is still that tie rod end. I think we're in a good place to get this thing off the trailer. The thing is, we don't have a wheel for it, and the only other car that shares this thing's wheel pattern is that thing. So we stole a wheel off that car. We're gonna put it on, and we'll just keep kicking the tire until we can get it in the garage. It'll be interesting, but bro, they don't have the same hub. This one's bigger. The middle of this is bigger. Stealing the wheel off my brother's car to get this thing off the trailer. Alright guys, we got the battery hooked up here, and hopefully about to get our first startup on this thing. We know it's got a cat back, but who knows, maybe it has a little more. Looks pretty stuck under the hood. You never know with these BMWs. It should click here soon. Yeah. Nothing? You getting something? It's clicked. You have anything? Right, we might have to hook it up to the battery in the back. Now? Is there a manual release on the trunk?
Yeah, but it's like hidden.
Can you reach in there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like it's hidden. Like,
well, this is our donor car. Since our booster doesn't want to work. Got a V10 powering it. Is this saying anything?
that's ignition on. Contact Toyota.
It was a run and drive, I think. Oh, I bet I know what it is. Because the battery's not bled. It may not even think you're pressing the brakes. Hit it all the way and then try it.
Okay, so even with the new battery, it still won't start. So now we're gonna try clearing the codes and then hope for the best. Got the MHD in there. Now we're just reading the codes.
Dynamic stability control. Even the crash safety module, it says no errors. Wheel speed sensor. Electro-hydraulic brake actuator. Supply voltage.
Just press reset for everything.
Well, I'm trying to find the module that I need to.
Nothing?
It's completely stumped us. We have no idea why it won't start, but I think we're just gonna park it and reattempt this another time. But we're gonna try to get a code reader, like a heavy one that can read into this stuff and go from there. Well guys, literally while getting dressed, I decided to search up a video online, and actually Goon Squad had the exact same car, same airbags deployed, and I was like, I remember them not being able to start it either. And I knew this car had a pyro fuse, but at the auction lot, they started the car. So I didn't really think that was the problem. To find out, look at this guys, pyro fuse completely blown off. So we're gonna try to bypass it right now and get this thing started. Fingers crossed. All right guys, well, we unplugged everything. See, this is the pyro fuse here. It used to connect right here, but in an accident, it'll like shear off. So what we did was just completely take it apart. And what we're gonna do now is bypass it and just give it power. And then we got my sister in the car. She's gonna start it up. So put that there. All right, start her up. Foot on the brake, yep. Yes, sir. First startup. But guys, do your research before you start messing around with things, because half the times it's something so simple, and we might leave it over here overnight, but I think tomorrow we'll get it backed into the driveway, into the garage, start taking it apart. But this is a huge milestone. We were literally stuck. We had the car ready to come off the trailer, and because we couldn't get it started, and that front wheel doesn't have a tie rod on it, so we didn't really know how to control the car and do it in neutral. And also, the car has to be started to get into neutral. Very unfortunate. Hey, rev it up! Yeah. All right, guys, we finally figured out what was going on with this car as to why it wasn't starting. Now that we figured that out, finally we can get it into the driveway. Tie rod end is getting replaced, but for today we don't have that tie rod end, so we're actually going to get it off without any steering in that front left wheel. So going to be a lot of maneuvering, and hopefully we can do this. I don't have any help today, so it's just going to be me getting this car out. Might make for a pretty funny video. Car is in the garage. Seems like it's still leaking brake fluid, which is weird because we replaced that line, but we're gonna finally get it taken apart and get to working on this thing. Really glad it's finally off that trailer. There she is, guys. Silver doesn't look too bad on this thing. We should be starting to get parts for this thing. All the airbags are ordered. Fenders, I think we're gonna go the carbon fiber route, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be really exciting. I don't think this build is gonna be too bad. Got to get that suspension squared away and we'll be all good. Thanks for watching, guys.